Welcome to Agri SA Congress Week, as we are building up towards the Agri SA Congress yet to take place on the 14th and 15th of October. Vandag praat ons met Annelize Crosby en sy is die hoof van grond- en regsake hier by Agri SA. Annelize, welkom hier so by ons.
Baie dankie, Ande.
So vertel ons, wat is die stand van die proses vir die wysing van artikel 25 van die grondwet?
Die proses is 'n baie lang proses wat al begin het vroeg in 2018 met 'n mosie wat in die parlement gestel is destyds deur die EFF en toe gewysig is deur die ANC. En dit is nou al deur verskeie komitees van die parlement. Daar was 'n grondwethersieningskomitee gewees wat allerlei openbare deelnameprosesse gevolg het en verhore gehou het oor die hele land. En toe is daar 'n ad hoc komitee aangestel wat verantwoordelik was nou vir die opstel van wetgewing wat moet sê wat presies gaan die bewoording wees van die nuwe artikel 25 as die parlement dan sou besluit om dit te wysig. Hulle het ook 'n proses van openbare konsultasies gehad en na aanleiding daarvan het hulle 'n wetsontwerp gepubliseer wat hulle later gewysig het wat sekere redelike kontroversiële bepalinge bevat. En ons is nou baie naby aan die einde van daardie proses. So daar is nou 'n finale wetsontwerp. Die komitee het ook 'n verslag aanvaar wat hulle nou so 'n soort van die hele geskiedenis skets tot op datum en sê wat die verskillende insette was en wat hulle bevindinge en goeters is, hoe hulle daarby uitgekom het. En beide daardie verslag en die wetsontwerp wat nou elemente bevat van onteiening sonder vergoeding as ook van staatsvoogdyskap van grond, moet nou gedebatteer word in die nasionale vergadering en dan moet daaroor gestem word. So dit lyk op hierdie stadium asof dit eers sal plaasvind na die munisipale verkiesings, so iewers in November maand, en daar word as 'n minimum vereiste gestel dat 2/3 van die lede van die nasionale vergadering ten gunste van daardie wetsontwerp gaan moet stem om dit dan nou verder te voer. Die ANC, soos wat ons weet, het nie daardie 2/3 meerderheid as 'n party op hulle eie nie. En op hierdie stadium in elk geval lyk dit ook nie asof enige van die ander partye die wetsontwerp gaan steun nie. So dit sal waarskynlik dan die einde van daardie proses wees, maar dis politiek wat ons hiervan praat. So enigiets is nog moontlik. So ek dink ons hou almal ons asems nog op vir daardie debat wat iewers in November gaan plaasvind.
So Annelize, is onteiening sonder vergoeding nog steeds 'n bedreiging?
Dit is, want selfs al word hierdie wetsontwerp wat nou bedoel is om die grondwet te wysig nie deurgevoer in die parlement nie, het ons nog steeds die onteieningswetsontwerp. Nou dit is die mindere gevaar van die twee, as jy nou die artikel 25 proses en die onteieningswetsontwerp teen mekaar opweeg, want ten minste kan jy die bepalinge van die onteieningswetsontwerp nog laat toets aan die grondwet, as die grondwet self nie verander nie. Maar daardie wetsontwerp het ook 'n klousule in, wat sê dat grond onder sekere omstandighede geneem kan word teen 0 vergoeding. So dit praat nie van sonder vergoeding nie, dit praat van 0 vergoeding. En dit het verdere definisie van onteiening wat die deur oopmaak vir allerlei tipe van beperkings wat die staat potensieel sal kan plaas op mense se eiendomsreg sonder om hulle noodwendig te vergoed daarvoor. So dit sal 'n baie groot verligting wees as die grondwet nie gewysig word nie, en ek dink baie positief vir die land in die algemeen, maar dit beteken nie dat daardie gevaar van onteiening sonder vergoeding heeltemal gaan verdwyn nie.
And then, other than Section 25 and land expropriation, are there any other policies Agri SA also took part in this year?
Yes, we've been quite busy actually. So there are a number of policies that we commented on, one of which is the land donation policy. Then there was also a beneficiary selection and land allocation policy that we submitted written comments on. There was the land court bill that was published recently that we commented on. Then also we participated in the NEDLAC processes around the blended financing policy as part of the BUSA, the Business South Africa delegation there. So that also took up a lot of our time. We have a working group that is trying to find solutions for our black farmers in the communal areas with the financing difficulties that they have when they need production credit. So we're looking into that at the moment. We also want to try and get a sense of how many black farmers are actually active in agriculture. So we have a project that will be running into next year as far as that is concerned. We commented and we also made an oral submission on the work of a review panel on the Property Valuation Act and its regulations, which is very important for our sector because that determines if land is expropriated or even sold to government, how the compensation is calculated. And then there are a couple of other things as well, but the one that I'm quite excited about is an initiative, a recent initiative around conflict management. So we had a training session for our members on conflict management, sort of an introductory session. We now have somebody who's writing up a manual for us so that the farmer can pick that up if there's a conflict situation on the farm around labor, around housing or grazing, or even with communities outside. That explains how do you react in such a situation. And together with that, we want to have a stronger focus on mediation and trying to find mediated solutions for disputes before they get out of hand.
Annelize, you mentioned conflict as well, very briefly. Can you please tell us more about how Agri SA, where Agri SA stands when it comes to the potential of the conflict that may arise from land reform?
Yeah, so we're actually quite worried about that conflict potential because particularly with the 10-year reform program, you're dealing with conflicting interests on the same land. So you might, for example, have a commercial farmer who owns the land and who's trying to carry on a farming operation there. But you may also have labor tenants or restitution claimants who have claims on that farm, or farm dwellers who are residing on that farm and also have certain statutory rights. Now everybody's trying to, exercise their rights on this one piece of land. So that can easily lead to conflict. And people have become very frustrated with our land reform program. We like 26, 27 years into the whole process of land reform. People have been promised land, they've been promised housing, a better life, and it's not happening. So that pent-up frustration, is actually quite a dangerous thing. And because of that, land reform has also become a political football. And that's why we're in the situation now where there are attempts, to expropriate without compensation. So that on the one hand creates fear, it strikes fear into the hearts of the landowners, but it also, creates expectations on people, the side of people who don't have land, don't have any access and have been promised that they will get land, that their economic situation will improve. So you need to manage all of that if we want to try and keep stability and peace in our rural areas.
Annelize, from a land perspective, why would you say it's important for anyone to attend the Agri SA Congress this year?
So we are asking Congress to mandate our revised holistic plan for land reform. In 2014, Congress accepted a holistic plan, which is still, I think, very much relevant today, but some things have changed since 2014. So we thought it necessary to review that plan and to expand on it a little bit. And we'll be asking Congress to approve that. So we're quite excited about that aspect particularly.
Annelize, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for the contribution as well as representing our farmers from the ground level up until the superior farmers as well when it comes to land affairs.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us in the session today as we were tackling land issues and also looking at the contribution that Agri SA is making towards representing its farmers. Well, if you want to find out more about this, please tune in on the Agri SA Congress taking place on the 14th and 15th of October. Registration information will be available on the Agri SA website as well as the Agri SA social media platform. The theme this year is Survive and Thrive in the Future, the Agricultural Way. So we cannot wait to see you there.